your body wasn't always a project to be fixed, but a sanctuary to be honored, what would happen? Honoring your body should be our main goal in life. That's the only one we've got while we are breathing. And therefore, we have to open up ourselves. So today, we are opening the door to the physical pillar of prosperity. We're saying, okay, it is as it is. And it's not a project that has to be fixed. It's not something that you have to fix. The goal is to reframe the body as a sanctuary rather than a project to be fixed. We have to look at our body as a sanctuary where we rest. And the thing is, it never says no. When it has to change its mind, that's when we realize, oh my goodness, it's changing its mind. It doesn't want to respect me or do what I say. And that triggers us even more. No, we really want to fix it. And of course, we match to the doctor, to the candlestick maker, the fixer of this and the fixer of that, and the fixer of joints and bones and nerve and sinew. And we're asking them, please fix it. Fix that body of ours. But what if we saw our body not as a project to be fixed, but as something to be honored? We have anchored our spirit and filtered all our minds. We have done that. We anchored our spirit on Monday. We filtered our mind yesterday. And now we have to talk about the vessel. Your body is the only home you have to live in. There is no other thing. The house that we live in, the surroundings, it's not us. It's borrowed. We have it for a while. Our body is the real thing. And that's what we have to think about. And your body is the only home we have to live in. That's what we have. And it's the engine that drives us. It drives our prosperity. But resilience isn't about pushing yourself. It's not about pushing yourself because, you see, if you keep pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion, it's going to mess up the body. It's about listening to the body. Today we're going to discuss how to regulate your nervous system and fuel your physical pillar so that you have the equal, actual, tangible energy to live your best life in the space of all the stress that's happening around us. This light is burning my eye. So the physical pillar is all about our body. If we do not have it functioning at 129,000%, it's not going to be a fulfilled life, is it? Your body is like a car, like a vehicle. Your body is like your furnace. You live in a cold country, you take care of your furnace. You have them check it, they oil it, you take the car for a change of tire because winter is coming. You take it for a snow disc, you filter and brakes and everything. And we do not take our body seriously at all. We use it until we start to lose it. And that's when we become, Yesterday, I went to the doctor. And while sitting there, the doctor must have spoken to this lady. And she had to tell the receptionist something. And she said, he said he wants to see my son. But, they don't like to go to the doctor. My husband, they don't like to go to see the doctor. That's true. I live with one of those people. And you have to pull them screaming and shouting and angry. And my husband was famous. He was just really famous. And Jillian, God bless her heart, would keep taking him to the doctor. And then tell Mom, he has an appointment tomorrow. So remember, so fine. So I said, you heard what Jillian said. You have an appointment tomorrow. I'm taking you. Tomorrow, when Jillian is not there, he says to me, I'm not going to the doctor. I said, why aren't you going? Oh, he wants me to quit smoking. And that's what killed him, right? But he didn't want to go. So if you do not take care of it, how can it work for you? Many times we concentrate on the pillar of physical prosperity only when we need it. We work diligently on one pillar. We all do that. We end up being the Scrooge of financial prosperity. But my question always has been, if you're only applying 20% of your time, what kind of results are you getting? We have 5 pillars. So we have emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and financial. But we were taught to work on the financial pillar of prosperity because you need millions when you retire. I remember trying to sell the client that type of nonsense. And then when I retire, I found out you don't need millions. You need a solid foundation of a body so you can do what you're supposed to do. But they told us to concentrate on accumulating wealth, ignoring the other 5 pillars. And you can just look around, the rich and the famous. Why do you think they can't sleep at night? They need drugs. Look at Michael Jackson. He died at 50. Look at Anthony Bourdain. He was all over the world doing all these things. And his resort was to hang himself in a cupboard in a hotel in Paris. Then you have, Tony, what is his name, Robbins? I'm not sure. He also did that. Did they have a lack of funds? No. They had a lack of emotions. They maybe had not connected to spiritual. And maybe, we don't know, the body couldn't rest. The body didn't know what to do as they were getting older and they wanted to go. So the physical prosperity doesn't need you to have all this million. It needs you to have a balance in all your 5 pillars. We have to know when it's going. But we should always realize it's going. Because the tree that was bearing 2 million apples, 50 years later, it looks gnarled. It's not bearing 2 million apples anymore, is it? No. And then you're looking at it and branches are dying. And that's nature. So why is it we expect our body to continue, if all the abuse that we give it, to take us through a solid life without fixing it? It is something to be honored, not to be abused. When we treat our body like a sanctuary rather than a project, we invite a natural flow of vitality and peace. That's why last night, the teaser I showed you, the young lady sitting, meditating. It's not an easy thing to do. It's a beautiful picture, but it isn't. But it is worth doing. It is challenging to sit and realize I need to connect to self. Who said that? Go connect to help this person. Go to work, make money. You have to go. Respect everybody but you. Right? You're too proud. You're too vain because you take care. You drink and you eat alcohol or whatever. And then when you start taking vitamins, the one that I like the most is when my friend's daughter told her, you just pee it all out. You pee everything all out. But on the way down, it might give you a little bit of vitality. So let's take a chance on our vitamins. We are honoring that body. It invites you to simply honor yourself. It is your home. Prosperity requires energy. You can't build a legacy all without making it run well. You have to have, if the legacy you're running doesn't have energy, it will not be there. A legacy is something that lasts a longer time. So your legacy has to be running well. The body is the legacy. It's not a project. Do not wear shoes that are too small just because it's fashionable. Do not do that, because you're going to have bunions and your feet will look like something they created in a lab. And the pain. But it's fashionable, Tessa-Marie. I said, you're going to trip. Wear what is better for you. Take care. Physical prosperity is watching your homes. I was talking to Yuko yesterday, and one of the things we were talking about, I said, Yuko, everything in my house has its place. When I'm finished with it, I put it back in its place. And she said to me, her friend said that everything in her house has an address. It does. I have a foot massager. When I use it, I take it back to its address. When I'm done in the kitchen, I put everything where they belong. That's the address. That's where they live. Coming to the front door and there are 14 shoes and you're tripping over one just means you might go down the steps and you do not know why. So even in your bedroom, be aware it's a physical body we need to fix all the time. Take care of it all the time. Not the project of a little bit of this here and a tuck here and a nip here and a this here and a drug over there and a cream over there. Come join us on Sunday. Sunday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Come join us on the Sunday Self-Care Show. Man, do we have a course for you. How to take care of that big organ that we have. The biggest organ in our body is our skin. It's winter, it's cold. Or if some of you are from Australia and down there and you tell me that it's harsh, the sun. Come, because it's the fixing the physical before you go nip and tuck. So focus on your nervous system also. Talk about how stress lives in the body to others. Move away from weight loss and toward energy gain. You watch your Tessa-Marie. What do you just? I just want to lose 10 pounds. No. You want to get rid of 10 pounds, but you have no energy. You are nervous. You sleep late, and you go to bed even later. You're never up with the sun. You do not enjoy the morning because I just want to sleep. I've worked hard all week and I just want to sleep. But what about if you woke up one morning and you stood outside for just 5 minutes and stare at the sky and inhale the quiet of the morning? I wake up at 4:15. And the reason I do this is so that I can catch the day. I have to be there when the day is coming. I do not want the morning to dawn and I'm covered under a blanket. It's equivalent to going to the station to get your train, and as the train is pulling out of the station, that is when you are running with ticket in hand. What happens to that? You trip, you fall, you were rushing, the suitcase or the luggage wasn't packed properly, it spills, and the train is going. You have to be ready. The body is not to be abused, it is need to be honored. Exercise. Take one consistent action today. One, to help your body. Just one. To nurture the sanctuary. Maybe it's a quiet walk, a short walk, a 15-minute walk, or simply a glass of water. Enjoy it with gratitude. I have the honor and the privilege. I am so grateful to drink clear, clean water. It's the gratitude that makes you realize where you are. You cannot be somewhere else when you're being grateful. Gratitude makes you be aware of the moment. That's what gratitude gets you to do. It tells you that. I am grateful. And when you say that, you remember or you realize, I am so happy and grateful that I have money to pay for my living expenses. At that time, you're not thinking of what you don't have. I'm so happy and grateful. My body is functioning. So you see, in the gratitude is where the energy comes through. You aren't fixing a problem when you take care of your life, your health. You're tending to the temple. You honor that amazing temple. Breathe in. Guided meditation requires 3 breaths. They always tell you that. Take a deep breath in and hold it. I do it here with you and let it go. It's a practice. Stop before you begin another project and breathe out the last project. When you walk into your peace of your home for the moment, stand still and breathe. Feel the essence of your family, of the home. That breath will tell you if something isn't working. But if you are just rushing and abusing that body and not honoring it to say, okay, breathe, take it in and listen. And perhaps you will hear something that's not normal, or maybe hear nothing. And you might be curious, why isn't the furnace working? Oh, it feels chill. See, breathing helps you. Do this for 5 minutes, just a breath. You cook dinner and nobody's here yet, or they're not ready to eat. Find a chair, sit down, stretch out your legs, take a deep breath, smile. Tell yourself you're okay. I created this meal, I'm okay. You aren't fixing a problem, you're tending to the temple. You ever saw the ladies in the churches cleaning the altars and they're tending to the temple? That is a job nobody wants to give up. They have it and that's their job. But we ignore this one for some reason. Everything is rush, 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 rush. Or slap, slap. And we use words for that physical body that, honestly, that body should run away. Oh, I'm just going to throw something on me. What are you, a garbage dump? You throw clothes. How do you throw clothes on you? You don't throw it. You have to get into it. So I don't understand those words. When you speak to me, I hear you. And I hear the negative things you talk about yourself, to yourself. Sometimes you think it and then you bring it out. So you created this. And then you say, nobody loves me. Everybody criticizes me. But you started yourself. You put the crochet hook into the thread and you pulled it. What do you expect others to do? When all you see is what needs fixing, like your body is a project. It's not a project. It is a temple that serves you and it needs to be honored so that it continues to serve you well into your later life. And that doesn't mean when you lose that 10 pounds you were talking about, that you stop doing what made you lose that 10 pounds and you go back to doing what you did to get the 10 pounds. How does that look for you? How has that been working for you? Think about it. I lost 10 pounds, Tessa-Marie, and I'm done. I can get into this dress. And then, why are you eating this? I lost the weight. You have to keep the weight off. You have to always do what got you to do what you desire to have. You cannot stop just because you got there. You have to keep it up. They call it maintenance. But we don't take that word seriously, do we? We put maintenance. Oh, do you want maintenance on your iPhone? Yes, you do. Do you want maintenance on your fridge? Yes, I do. Do you want maintenance on you? Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. But your shoe is crooked. The heel is falling off. It's affecting your hip. And then you wonder, I don't know what I did, but my hip, yeah, your shoes was not balanced. You're coming towards me and I'm going click, clock, click, clock. And I'm thinking, throw them away. So you have to realize so many small things is required to keep that body of ours running smoothly, right? We have to understand that. So one of the challenges we have is in the winter is to drink sufficient water. We do it well in the summer because nature demands it. It's hot. We need cold water. But you know your body needs warm water too. And you will find in the winter, hot water is better to drink, and you will drink it. Now, a long time ago, I came across a book. It was in the Enquirer. I was at the supermarket coming from the studio, and it was 11 o'clock at night. So I was trying to get some groceries and get home, and I'm standing in line, and there's Enquirer. I flipped through it, and there was this lady, 41 years old, and she was talking about a book by an Indian doctor called Dr. Batmanji, something long name. And I read it while waiting in line, and what she said, she was saying is that book saved her life. She said she had so many aches and pains, and she's 41. She started drinking the water based on the formula that Dr. Batmanji did. It's an amazing book. I have had 2 copies, one Eric stole and one I had to buy again. He says that we need to drink half of our body's weight in water every day. Half of our body's weight. So this little magical thermos thing holds 3 cups, 24 ounces. So I drink 3 of those every day. But I also drink water in the morning with Himalayan salt in it and all of that. I started doing that. From that day, I bought the Enquirer, and I remember I had to order it. There was no computer ordering, and it came. The book goes in and out of publication. It's a very old book, but it has so much, even talks about lowering your cholesterol with water. It talks about arthritis by drinking that same amount of water. So that is something we should look for. It's too cold to walk outside. Put your headphones on and walk inside. Tessa-Marie, my place is too small. Okay, well, make it more interesting. Walk around and dust a little, sweep a little, pick up a thing, put things in their places. Remember, every possession we have should have an address. Therefore, put things in, move. So, the most important thing about physical prosperity, it requires a healthy home. Prosperity on a whole requires a healthy home. We did the emotional with the anchor yesterday. We came in and we did it again. Today we're doing physical. And drink that extra glass of water, because that is the one thing your body can take. And do not give me that excuse that, Tessa-Marie, if I drink it, I have to go to the washroom. What do you expect to do with it? You then drink it, because that's what I don't like public washroom. When you get accustomed to that, because when you drink water and you drink enough, your bladder learns to keep a certain amount so it does not get stressed. Is when you do not have water in your system that your bladder triggers you to drink water by being, I'm so thirsty. By the time you say this to me, you are dehydrated. And when your pee should look like water. If it has a color that is not what it should be, like water, then you need to drink more water to cleanse it and bring it down. You might find you have aches and pain. Drink a little more water. I know it's bothersome. My cousin told me, about water. She doesn't like it. I'm saying, what do you mean you don't like it? She said, it doesn't taste good. I said, it's water. And I am someone who learns from other people's experiences. I observe as much as I talk. But when I'm listening, I listen with my mind and I watch. When she had her first baby, and I went to see her at the hospital, her lips were chapped and so was the baby. And she had a straw in a glass and she said, the doctor said I am not drinking enough water. I just, whatever. So I didn't say anything because we've had this conversation in our 20s. So anyway, when it was my turn to get pregnant, drank my water. She still doesn't like water. What does that do? She ends up now, she has bladder, she has, you do because it's not working right. You're not honoring it. You're just abusing it. And then you go to the doctor to fix it. He's fixing the symptom, not the cause. Remember that. Doctors treat the symptom, not the cause. I have one in my house. They know what to treat you if you have a headache. They will not ask you when last you drank a glass of water. That is not their job. So remember that. You have worked hard today. Now let your body recover, because one of the things you have is working is towards tomorrow. So stop trying to fix your body. It isn't broken. It's the home where your soul lives, your very essence lives. So how you have to do, what you have to do is always in your hand. How you have to do it, what you have to do, and why do you have to do it is all up to you. It's your body. Fix it. Because if you do not fix it, nobody is coming to fix it for you. So take a deep breath. Pause for a moment. See if you can send the breath from your head all the way through. What is your favorite color? The favorite color for healing the body is yellow. Imagine a yellow light hanging from the top of your head and entering your body from that soft spot up there and flowing through every nerve and sinew. And on its way out, it is stopping at the shoulder that aches, the neck that's filling, the sinuses that are blocked. And imagine this yellow serum is cleansing all these areas in your body that are blocked. It's like a body scan of healing. You do it when you're lying in bed, corpse pose or whatever, not curl, lie flat. And imagine and visualize that serum of healing, the yellow one, coming through you from the top. Your air out, let it stop there. You know what the cavities of the sinuses look like? Help it to clear that. Bring it down to your throat, your neck, your shoulder, your arms, your elbow. Every joint has to move. So lubricate those joints and bring it all the way down. And imagine it has taken sludge and is going through the drain system of the city. Somehow it has left your body, left your home, found itself going in the city drainage system. That's healing yourself. That is one of the things, your body, that physical body. The yellow serum, the sunlight, you imagine that serum of healing. Top of your head and going through your brain. When it hits the brain, they say, what do we have? Scales and things. See, flipping all these things off. It's the imagination that creates the reality. So you have to do this. It takes less than 5 minutes. You can make it longer if you really get into it. But what you will notice